Love at first sight is so delightful, but is it real? Have you ever had an unsettling sensation that your heart was racing when you saw a person in a public place, such as a coffee shop or the movies? It's a magical moment in which we are intoxicated by a sensation that is hard to describe. Some people notice how their heart races and even feel butterflies in their stomachs. It's likely to have been love at first sight. The concept of falling in love at first sight predates contemporary culture, as it has been known for thousands of years. In antiquity, love at first sight was viewed as a form of insanity and understood within a more comprehensive idea of passionate love. The symbolism and legendary psychological impact of love's arrows or love darts were used to depict this love's intensity. It was frequently attributed to the mythical Greek god Eros, or Cupid, as was known in Rome. Eros was the god of love, sex, and desire. When Eros shot an arrow at someone, the wound it caused aroused feelings of passion, obsession, and reckless desire in the victim. During the Middle Ages, in southern France, the Provençal troubadour poets developed the classical idea of love's arrows. As a result, it became a part of the European courtly love tradition. The idea is wonderfully romantic. Two strangers exchange glances in a crowded place. But then there is an instant attraction, an electrifying spark. Suddenly they have met their true love. Dating often requires a lot of effort and is fraught with rejection, disappointment, and uncertainty. Falling in love at first sight is quite appealing. It's no wonder that many people have experienced something like this. It is an extraordinarily pleasurable but intriguing experience, which the sufferer can neither control or rationally explain. It unleashes intense happiness followed by a whirlwind of emotions that can be contradictory. Indeed, the neurochemical balance is profoundly altered, with physical consequences such as shaking, rapid heartbeat, sweating hands, or butterflies in the stomach. People actually report experiencing love at first sight the moment they meet a person. It is a powerful initial attraction that could later develop into relationship. Some people dismiss love at first sight and think that lovers have biased memories, essentially creating the illusion of having instantly fallen in love with each other. Is it true that people meet and know they are destined to be together in just a few moments? A study conducted in the Netherlands with nearly 400 participants provides evidence supporting the existence of love at first sight with some caveats. In this study, strangers were likelier to report experiencing love at first sight with someone physically attractive. In fact, someone deemed more attractive had 9 times more chances than less attractive people for someone to fall in love at first sight with them. Researchers are not sure why this happens, but men are more prone to love at first sight. Is it that women are less inclined to experience this because they are more selective about who they date, as other research has shown? For example, men could report this experience with many potential partners. But whether it translates into relationship or not is another matter. The study showed that love at first sight is often not mutual. This suggests that a shared instant love is not very common. However, the researchers suggest that one person's intense experience may help shape the other person's memories. Thus, the other person would also think that he or she had a love at first sight moment. According to the researchers, the intense initial attraction that some people refer to as love at first sight, either at the time of first sight or in retrospect, is not a particular kind of love. This may be a disappointing conclusion. They explain that love at first sight doesn't seem to be real love. The reason is that the qualities known to show love, such as intimacy, commitment, and passion, are not particularly strong in those first moments when people say they fell in love at first sight. At least these emotions are not experienced at the same level as those of people in established relationships. For instance, more people in committed relationships report feeling intimate, passionate, and committed to their partners than those who describe falling in love at first sight. So from the study, we can conclude that people do experience love, but it is not so much love or passion. It is actually an intense attraction that prompts us to be particularly open to the possibility of relationship. Love at first sight can happen on many occasions, and we may forget the instances when it cools off or simply never translates into relationship. But when love at first sight turns into a sustainable relationship, it's a great story. Have you ever had a love at first sight moment? If so, we'd love to read about your love at first sight experience in the comments.